two. There you go. Good. What's going on, guys? So we are here at Gold's Gym Venice. I'm Brad Rowe, and I am here with the NEUBIE from NeuFit. Now, before you think I have that same exact stim machine at home, you're wrong. It's completely different. So this is one of the few machines on the market that actually sends a DC current. And this one is much better than all the others because they've been able to adjust the waveform to mimic the brain's signal. So essentially, we are sending the same exact signal the brain sends, amplified by 250% to our nervous system. Now, what do we do with this? Well, first of all, this is a therapeutic device, FDA regulated. And what we do is we fix neurological issues. So say you have an issue with your shoulder, you tore your supraspinatus. Now, more than likely, you didn't tear that muscle because everything's working perfectly and you just lifted something up and tore. No, we have imbalances. And those imbalances are created over time through previous injuries and things like that. So we have neurons and receptors that aren't firing properly. And with this machine, I have a little search pad and I can search throughout your body and find those neurological impedances. When we send signal through that area, through an area that the neurons or the receptors aren't working properly, the body goes into a protective state. So when I go over one, it's painful because your body says protect. And the protective nature of our body is to contract and tighten up. So as I'm searching, we find those, what we call hot spots. So if your shoulder's hurt, I'm gonna search all along your pec minor, down your shoulder, down your bicep, your tricep, all along your back, your lat, your scapula, and we find those neurological impedances. And then I hook you up with all these pads and run you through ranges of motion while sending signal to those areas. And what we do over time throughout continuous sessions is we actually remove those neurological impedances. So you're doing away with the imbalance that's caused the injury from the get-go. Now on top of this, the signal that we're sending is actually a lengthening signal. So it's allowing tissue to relax and release. And by doing so, you're increasing blood flow, increasing nutrient flow. So the injury itself is gonna heal a little faster. But on top of that, you're doing away with all the tightness that's gonna cause some of the damage in the long run anyway. So therapeutically, we have that. They're also helping people with neurological issues. Now, it isn't FDA cleared for these things yet, but they are finding that they're helping people with things like Parkinson's, MS, spinal cord injuries. You know, if you have muscle atrophy due to issues with, you know, your neurons, where you might have had some cut nerves or things like this, you're sending such a strong signal through there that you're actually causing your body to increase neural pathways. So you're essentially building new nervous highways to get to that tissue. So unlike other stim machines out there, which are AC current, those actually cause muscular contraction. So those forcibly contract your muscles. Now, if you're dealing from an injury, that's a bad thing. You don't want to tighten things up and stiffen things up. That's gonna make things worse. So all those stim machines on the market, they're actually doing a lot more harm than they are good. Now from a training standpoint, yeah, you can contract muscles a little bit, but with this, from a hypertrophy standpoint, we are eliciting about 80% muscle fiber recruitment rate from rep 1. So the machine isn't telling your muscle to fire, it's sending a signal through your body, and as you go to contract, that signal is amplified so much that you're recruiting so much more muscle fiber. So your training becomes much more efficient. You use less weights, which is less stress on your joints and tendons, and you train in a much shorter period of time. I can literally destroy my entire upper body in about 30 minutes with this machine. And on top of that, the residual metabolic effects are so much greater because you are eliciting so much more muscle fiber recruitment that a 30-minute workout in this is probably the equivalent of about training for about 90 minutes straight, high intensity. So this machine is rehab, prehab, performance-based training, strength training, hypertrophy training, and I'm so blessed and fortunate to be on the forefront of this. They sent us the machine last year, if you guys remember, when my wife got hurt really bad. She tore both of her rec fem tendons. They sent this out and that helped her recovery drastically. And we really had no idea how to use the thing. It was like monkeys trying to hook it up, and she still was supposed to be in a walker for 12 weeks and was back to squatting almost her full strength at 12 weeks out. And then when I ruptured my bicep, they happened to be there and hooked me up right away when I ruptured my bicep. And I stepped on stage 14 weeks post-op when I was told I wasn't able to lift my bicep until 16 weeks post-op. And then since the beginning of December, middle of December, sorry, since I got certified to use this, I've been training with this machine every single day. And during this phase, I've been detoxing. It's a time that I always do after the year. So I do fasting. I fast for about 18 hours a day. I'm on a ketogenic diet. And truly, I'm in a state where If I lose muscle, it's fine. I'm just kind of letting my body relax and recover. And I am actually getting rounder and growing with this, even though all those other aspects are forcibly kind of telling your body to shrink up a little bit. Training with this every day, my metabolism is through the roof. I'm eating a little more than I probably should, even at night, and I'm staying lean as can be, and I'm looking rounder and harder than I ever have, and I'm on keto and fasting 18 hours a day. So I'm actually blown away by the results that I'm getting. My clients absolutely love it, and on top of that, I'm healing people. And for those of you that don't know, I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. I wanted to help people, I wanted to fix people, I wanted to work with athletes. Now, I'm doing things differently. I learned some techniques because one of the guys from NeuFit came out and spent time with me. So this first little initial thing is gonna hurt like fuck. All right, so I turn them up so they feel they're at about a 7 on the pain tolerance scale. And when they hit that, they start training. And actually when you start loading the muscle with weight, the intensity kind of drops a little bit. So as he starts training, I'm gonna slowly crank things up on him. So he's not really gonna feel much of a difference in the intensity, but it's just a slow increase to really recruit more muscle fibers. And I can change all different things here. Frequency, so the frequency we're using right now is more of our therapeutic frequency. It's more of a lengthening, but this is gonna increase a ton of blood flow to that muscle. So this is really good to start out an exercise with, to really get a ton of blood flow and warm everything up. Then we drop down to a lower frequency, which is gonna really engage a lot more muscle fibers. We'll do a couple sets there, and then we always finish our last set with that lengthening signal again. We're just gonna drive a shit ton of blood flow in there, really loosen up all that muscle, and allow it for recovery and growth. 2 more. Good. Outside. Come on. Up, up, up. One more. Up, up, up. I am blessed right now that I am starting to get the opportunities to not only help everyday people, but I've been working with some elite athletes as of late, and hopefully my clientele picks up. So I'm getting to do what I love, and I'm getting to do something fun, and I'm on the forefront of all this. So keep your eyes out. You're gonna see this everywhere. This is gonna explode. The company just launched 18 months ago. All their clinical studies will be done within the next few months. And once people get on it, 10 minutes is all you need, and you are absolutely hooked.